Welcome, Muniru. We are glad that you joined us today.
Nice being on this platform.
Awesome. As a software developer, can you share with us your story into your journey becoming a software developer?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm Muniru Dreamer, co-founder and CEO of Yapala.com. I'm also a software engineer in Ghana here. Well, my journey begins, I was in the year 2018, but I think I started out somewhere 2017 before I fully went to tech. That was in the year 2018, right? So 2018, my first discovery of programming was through a friend called Rashish Talit. He's also a CTO of Bitpes, one of the Ghana leading cryptocurrency company in this country.
Okay.
Well, I happened to he happened to call a meeting one day, like it was three of us. So he said we should come together, and build a mobile application, there's a platform that will allow people to social media platform just like Facebook, but there's some bit of differences. There's some bit difference in the features like Facebook, though it's just like Facebook, but there's some differences.
Mm-hmm.
So when we started, he called the meeting and then we decided to start the project on 3 months time after during the meeting day.
Mm-hmm.
So after we started the meeting, so we decided to meet on 3 months during 3 months and then start with the project. So during the day, we're three, right? So when we're three, we all agreed that we'll go and sit down and then find a way, learn, divide the programming languages that we want to learn among the three of us, and then we stay it and then start working on the platform. So along the line, I almost forgot because I forgot, but I wasn't interested in all that tech and those things. But though I was interested in stuff, but I never knew there was something about programming. So after he brought the idea, it took me I don't know. That was my first. Even though I'm familiar with computer, but I've never knew there's something called tech. There's some programming before. So when we started, 3 months time, he called us that the day is up. So I forgot. He reminded me that we're supposed to meet today and start building the project that we discussed some time ago. I said fine. So I went. So we're supposed to meet around 11 p.m. Start working on the project. So when I went there, and then we're two. So the other guy he didn't come. So when he didn't come, so we called him. So he gave us an excuse that it's late. He can't come around for us to work on the project. So we postponed the day again to another day. Then that would be the next day. So the next day again, we invited him again, but he didn't come. The two of us started working on the project. So we work on it, we build it, and then we got to a stage that the name were some bit confused with the name because we wanted there was a name that we wanted to use. So that name, the domain name has been bought.
Okay.
So trying to get a different name again is it took us some. It was a bit of hurry for us.
Okay.
So along the line we wanted to add some serious feature to the application. That's a feature of VR, that's virtual reality. So and that the ecosystem, looking at the ecosystem too, that feature is not fully it's there, but when it comes to the heads, acquiring the virtual reality asset and those things, it's too complicated. So we decided to just put the push to the project and then move on so that maybe in the future, maybe some time ago, where sometimes we'll start working on it again. So we'll push it. So after we pushed it, that was where I get started. So from there, I get started working on different projects. From there, we opened an IT institution, I don't know, like the way you guys are operating, like skills embassy. So we teach people how to code and how to create more applications and web application offline. So we're based on offline, come around, we have an office space that we do that. So as time goes, things weren't moving on because we have thieves happened to break into our office space and went away with our items, our computers, and laptops, and co. So we couldn't move on with that business again. So we from there, I guess we get branched to different places. So from there, I guess started maybe I wanted to now go deep into tech, So I guess started with teaching myself how to code now. Though I already learning, but the part I was learning was get some bit of front end development only, as HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So I decided to break into tech, the ecosystem so deep by learning different languages and then different skills. So I was asked to go to university along the line, but university, going to school, so like going to university though is cool, but like Ghana here, most of the universities in Ghana here, some of the looking at their tuition and co, I wasn't other interested because like I go to their website to check 1 and 2 how they program their courses and those things. I wasn't interested. Like I wanted to learn practical skills, practical skills like that. Like, I only want to learn the theory and the basics and come out and I will be stranded. But I wanted to go to deep into tech, but not to come out and working for government. So I decided to just sit in the house and teach myself the skills myself. So like I started having a sleepless night. So at first, before I could stay awake at night to learn coding, I have to take some this kind of energy drinks, and that will energize me to able to stay awake. But I think like along the line though at the beginning it was somehow difficult because like when was
so if I may ask, starting out and then being a beginner, what gave you the sense of direction? How were you able to know that after learning this language I have to move on to this, and even what projects that you should be working on to upskill yourself?
I think the beginning was so difficult because like along the line sometimes it's not only about maybe the learning, but sometimes maybe even getting the right resources to learn and then what to learn, maybe the first thing to learn and those things. I mean, when I started working on any if I just begin to learn any language, for instance, before I was start learning, I don't want to do some research as to some of the product some of the project I want to build. So maybe so if it is about front end project I have to build, so I want to do some research about the kind of programming language that would be best fit for that work. So the beginning it was difficult though as to whether maybe though from the front end it was cool because like when sometimes like as a beginner you realize that maybe once you start with HTML, the next thing is CSS, then the next thing is JavaScript, and then maybe any front end library to like maybe either Vue, React, or anything. So I think when I started with the HTML, CSS. That one was a bit easy because that was the beginning. So like from there I started with the JavaScript. Most of the time I know how to do some research. Most of the research, I know how to go online and search. Maybe after learning this one, what's the next thing to learn? Then I'll have a resource to read over them. If I will now start into learning the next project is in a language again. So that's what I normally do. I normally do some research online and then I will know what to learn. I will know what to learn next.
Okay, so what was the platform or what resource did you mostly use? Was it videos? Was it PDF or blog posts or articles?
Yeah, well, I think the best resources I do use is I do read some PDFs.
Okay.
PDF documents. Sometimes when I get stuck on the way to, I do watch some videos on YouTube. I will do watch some videos on YouTube and maybe also do some search on Google too, and then Stack Overflow, those kind of platform, and I'll do the necessary research and then come back again.
Awesome, that's great. So after that, have you been able to work with other people as a team? I mean, in the beginning, you said you started out as a team, but you broke out and then you started digging deeper into the technology and the tools that you work with. And after that, when you got your hands or your grip on the coding or programming, did you have the opportunity to work on a team again, or did you work on your own projects?
Oh well, I think from the beginning, though, I started with a team because we're two, so we're working together. So maybe at this stage to like my other colleague, he's not code at the moment. So even though I think there's some project that we might be building in the future, but for now, I'm just working on my own projects. I don't work in a team anymore. I guess building my own projects for now.
Okay. Starting out, did you join any community, tech community? To what was this? What your source of motivation? What kept you going? Because you mentioned that at a point it was difficult, and even staying up at late and those kind of things. What gave you a sense of to continue and then to keep on your quest to advance, upscale yourself?
Yeah, I think in the beginning it was very, very difficult to like being, especially like considering where I'm coming from, north, and then in a small village where there's like there's nothing going on here. No, maybe no programs like maybe the way that some of the program they organize in Accra and those things. Nothing's happening here, and then I guess in my room here, I wake up in the morning, I have to learn coding and those things. So along the line, I do lots of motivation along the line, because like some of the motivation are like maybe working, like learning, and then you are not earning.
Okay.
I've been learning to code and those things, and then but I don't get any benefit in those things. That was the beginning. So I normally lose some motivation. Sometimes I could even, once I lose motivation, I could even stop coding for about 3 months.
Wow.
For 3 months, and then later on, like I discovered this quote online. That was like that search your inner self. The code was like, this is how the code going. I code. That's search your inner self. Find out what you want to do with your life. Ask yourself, are you doing what you want to do, or you are doing what you do because you want people to see what you do? Yeah. So like,
can you repeat that for me again?
The code is invented by my friend, Starlet. So that's set your inner self. Find out what you want to do in life. Then you ask yourself, are you doing what you want to do, or you are doing what you do because you want people to see what you do?
Wow. Okay.
So like, so it took me about a month for me to be able to interpret and like make a meaning out of this code, because like, start doing coding and then you don't get anything. Like I just can't break for after 3 months without learning. I normally get bored and then start asking myself, at this stage, can we even do research to see whether is there opportunity, like maybe being a dropout without a university degree.
So I also want to know, did you get any form of mentorship, or did you get any learning partner, or you did this all by yourself, having to learn and also implement the skills that you learned along the way?
So when it comes to the mentorship, although like I think the front end that I do get some small mentorship, some mentorship from my colleague.
Okay.
But like, he happened to, when it comes to the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, he did that one, like he did part of that one. So as he did it, like from the back end, he did some different program language. So anytime from the front end, anytime I get stuck, I got stuck on the way. I can go to him and ask him some questions based on JavaScript and code, and he can also explain to me. So, but aside from that, along the line, to maybe I went deep into full JavaScript development when it comes to both mobile and web. I did that one, so that's what I'm doing currently.
All right.
So I also reach out. I also reach out to some of the tech those who are already in the ecosystem. Some guys in Accra, I do reach out to them online. There's one guy called Oliver Mensah. I already heard of him.
Okay.
Oliver Mensah. So I reach out to them for some this kind of mentorship. Though, like even though we're already in the ecosystem, but like they are already there. So I wanted to reach out to them and see what is happening in the ecosystem and go. So some of them, they'll say they'll reach out, they'll get back to you. Text them online, they say they'll get back to you and those things. So they wouldn't get back again. So I decided to sit on my ass and then do my own things. And some of them, they are normally busy. When you reach out to them, they don't get back to you. Maybe you have to try again. So I do try. And then I do try once in a while. I do try. Okay. By this stage, I don't do anything.
Okay. That's cool. Can you tell us some of the projects that you worked on, or did you get opportunity to work in any project, or jump on any team or corporate institution to work with them?
Yeah, I think the main project we work on right now is this is our startup, that's yapala.com.
Okay.
So that's the main project. Even though I work on a lot, but that's the main project we work on. I think that's a real estate platform that allows people to rent rooms online, book hotel, hire artisan, and also buy properties online too. So that's the company I'm currently running right now, aside from my normal software engineering that I do. So yeah. So
what actually inspired you to start the project? If you can dive a little bit into it for us.
Yeah. I think the idea came once my colleague came to me one day, was like that he was in the house, and then some tenant came to the mom asking for room to rent and those things. So he was like the next day there was no apartment, there was no empty apartment. The next day different people came again, and then they were in an apartment. So he thought he think we should find a way to solve this challenge by maybe building a software product that will be able to provide how the idea just came. So I guess then if the I say it's true, so like considering where we are, north and south or north, to like even know those about agents who are agents and those things, they are not yet, or they don't exist yet.
Okay.
So when the idea came, I bought it. I bought the idea. I said, okay, that's so. Then let's start working on it. So that day, the day the idea came, that was the day we started. We just get the UI, the piece of paper. Then I started working on the front end. He also started working on the back end. So from there, started it. So it was cool though. It was cool because even though there was, after building the project, we built it successfully. All right, we finished the editing. Then we built this in a MVP, and we finished, and then we hosted online. We started running small, trying to identify some of the problems, and then maybe ask different features. And so we did it, and then we went and did some market research, find out about the customer, their reviews before we came back, and then started adding some of the different features.
Okay.
But first, the idea was just simple. The idea was to allow people to able to rent rooms online. That was the idea. But after building that idea, after finishing that feature, we realized that there are other challenges again. That is when it comes to hotel booking. We have a lot of people from up there coming to North, Inter, they're coming. They hardly find it difficult to get hotels to book. So we decided to add the hotel feature that allows people to be able to, when you can book your hotel in no fear, so that once you reach here, and the hotel manager, those who work in hotel, they come to you and then pick you to your destination.
Mm-hmm.
So later on again, we realized that there's another problem with this, and when it comes to buying properties like lands online. So then we added that feature again. So we added it by allowing people to be able to list their properties online for sale, and also buyers come there on the platform, also buy their properties. Then so on to the artisan. So maybe if I painter, computer, and you can just sign up and create your accounts on yapala.com. And maybe anyone who needs your services can get linked up with you on the platform. So that's how we started building. That was how the idea was. It gets as simple as that. So
that's fantastic, and congratulations! Being able to come up with a project like that and successfully managing it. That's a very big task, and you're doing very great at it.
Sure.
So going forward, what are your aspirations? Where do you want to be? Or what are some of the things you are looking out for as a software engineer? How are you upscaling yourself, updating yourself, and making sure that you are up to date in the ecosystem?
I think I wrote. I think I have some. I do write some of the things I wanted to learn. Maybe aside from the learning to the plans I have in the ecosystem. Maybe some of the things I want to do in life when it comes to tech. the first thing was, I think the first thing was about that's our happening our institution that inspire people, that teach people, train people on the ecosystem, especially people around here, not only around here, you know, maybe outside in any from part of the country too. So that was the first thing we wanted to do, and that's I still get that in mind. I still have plans for it because I think in the beginning we're having a dream. We're having a dream of creating a Silicon Valley in Africa here. That's in Ghana.
Okay.
So that was the dream. So like we wanted to get some maybe some very create a community whereby when we come to that place, like we have people in tech, people who are when it comes to tech, when it comes to any form of
industry,
you want, you can get you can train into and those things. So we wanted to create that community. Also, I already do some research about some of the young people who have this kind of creative, who are doing something amazing and creative and not only in tech, but when it comes to like automobile and those things. So we did some research about and we identified some of those talented youth out there, and then we wanted to create a community whereby we bring them together. So once we bring them together, we can start maybe building different products all together. So I think that's the main thing I'm just working on doing in the future. Aside from that, like I also wanted to be, though I don't want to. I know for now that I think when I get opportunity in the company, I'll work in any institution for now. And that's to get to raise some income to be able to support some of the project I want to build in future. So that's the current plans I have right now to raise some capital to support the future plans now. Okay. Aside from that, I keep on learning each day, and I don't sleep. I learn different technologies, and do some research too.
Awesome. Yeah. So, as a software developer, what would be your advice to people who are interested in breaking into the tech industry? What will be your message out there to them? Because most of the times people have the perception, which always pull them back, that you have to have a computer science degree, or you have to be doing very great in mathematics, or you have to be at a point before you can have a career or a successful career in tech. As someone breaking into tech as a self-taught developer, what will be your message out there to people like that?
Yeah, I think at the beginning, before I come to it, I think the beginning, after discovering programming, I asked a friend that, is it true that before you can start programming, like you need to be very good in math before you become a successful software engineer? He said yes. So when he said yes, I got threatened. I mean, back at high school, like I hate maths. Though, like I hate maths because our maths teacher, the way he teach, I don't like it and those. So I hate maths. So when the guy told me, and that one even stopped me from coding for almost getting to 6 months. I don't code again. But I was scared that I don't want to start with this career, and I'll get stuck in a way that maybe when it comes to mathematics and I wouldn't be able to do well in the industry. Okay. So until I did my own research, I also went to YouTube and realized that a lot of people break into tech without any mathematics and those things. Because aside from that, to being a good student, as to whether being a good student was, though even back at high school, I was somehow performing well. But no, along the line, things changed. So even though I passed my final exam, though, but like it wasn't, I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of it. So starting with coming to tech, like I feel like it's very it's going to be very difficult for me. Mm-hmm. But doing research, I realized that it's just simple. It's simple. And then my advice to some of the youth out there who want to break into tech too is first of all, they have to I think the code that I did, the code that I guess I studied, that is looking for inner self. I have to really do that. I think that's the main thing, because like you have to identify yourself, to do your research, search your inner self, and find out whether you want to do it, or maybe you want to do it for life, or want to do it maybe get learn for the meantime. Because if it is part time, or maybe you're going to full time in tech, then tech is not that coding is going to be hard for you. But if you want to go into full time, I want to be a full time software engineer, that's good. I'm into the tech ecosystem. That one there, you don't have any problem to worry. You don't have anything to worry. Oh, we have so many online platforms that will help use platform like Skills, Embassy, and I think you guys are doing amazing. So like once they reach out to someone, it's going to be easy for them. So like we don't need mass to learn software engineering, though the requirement is somehow good, but like so it's good to know small. It's good to know, but it's not a mass. It's not a mass to know mass or to be brilliant in before you can become a successful software engineer.
Okay.
So I think that's how it is.
All right, that's a wonderful message. How do we get in touch with you if people want you, any social media handles that you like to put out there? How people can follow you or check out some of your projects as well?
Yeah. Oh, I think the social media, the social media I'm active on, I'm active on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, and then I'm active on those platforms, and LinkedIn too. I'm also active on LinkedIn. I think you can also reach out to me on WhatsApp to my WhatsApp number, which I'll share it later on. So I'm using Muniru Dreamer on all the platforms, all the social media platforms. So when you just type Muniru Dreamer, and then I'll be there. So yeah.
All right, sure. That's fantastic. Do you think there's any message that you want to get across or anything you want to put out there that I didn't mention or I didn't hammer on it? You can actually do that.
Yeah. I think I wanted to add some bit a bit salt to the youth, like the advice to the youth out there who want to break into tech.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the most important thing is about you maybe identify your passion, like really knowing what you want to do in life. I think because that's the most important part. Because like, it took me about so many years after completing high school. I completed 2016, and after completing 2016, I have to sit in a house and start doing research of what to do in life and those things. And that one, it took me about 2 years, almost 2 years for me to even like start thinking of what to do in life. I think once it's good to, first of all, like before you feel like doing maybe breaking into tech and those things, you have to do research and find out like some of the possibility, the opportunities available. Maybe after learning the skills, some of the job opportunity available. When we go into the ecosystem, tech, software engineering for the ecosystem in general, like people don't care about they don't care about qualification anymore. What they care about is the skills. Yeah, so me, I don't have any university degree, but I don't think there's any way company wouldn't hire me because I don't have any university degree like I have the skills. So I think when it comes to interview, I could talk and then I could also build some of the product they will need. So that's the most important thing. So maybe those who want to break in the tech and feel like there might not be opportunity for them because they don't have any university degree. So we just move that one out of their mind. Let's just concentrate on learning the skills. Acquiring the skills is very, very important. The company don't care about your qualification again. They don't care about the certificate again. What they care about is the skills. That's the most important thing I want to add again.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us, Muniru. You had a very wonderful story, even though your environment and the community around didn't really push you or support you by your own. I mean, you stood up and then continued and pursued your dream, and you are doing very fantastic job and then solving problems and in the community, identifying problems and solving. I think we need a lot of people like you, to actually use the technology and then help solve some of the problems that our society is having. So thank you very much for joining us today and have a very wonderful time.
Okay, thank you very much.